love to promote you to being a panelist, just raise your hand. Click on the raise your hand button at the bottom. I sound like I know what I'm doing, don't I? Not really. Okay, are we good, Carrie Lynn?
We are good. Danae, can you make me a host again? And then we are good to go.
Excellent. Okay, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Denise Gagne, creator of MusicplayOnline, and I have two wonderful team members here with me today. Give a wave, Carrie Lynn, and give a wave, Danae. So Carrie Lynn is actually our operations manager. So when I take off for a month to Mexico, Carrie Lynn takes over and everything gets done. Actually, she gets things done every day of the week, not just when I'm gone. And Danae is our ethnomusicologist who studied did a master's degree at the University of Toronto. And Danae is brilliant. And we are really, really lucky to have this girl. So welcome to everybody that's participating with us on almost the last week of school for the year. So thank you so much for coming and giving us the chance to practice our presenting skills before we do the Artie and Denise. So I am going to share screen and do most of this with PowerPoint. So I'm going to make my PowerPoint full screen. I've given you essentially the PowerPoint slides in the handout, so you will have all of these. So music and literacy, it is a fact that one of the only activities that uses the entire brain is music. And we know this from anecdotal evidence. We know this from many, many studies. My mother had Alzheimer's. When she couldn't remember who I was or any of my 6 siblings, she could sing, and she could still sing right, as long as she had any speech left at all. And that's because music stimulates the brain. We build neurofibers when we sing and do music, and it increases the brain's plasticity. As a music teacher, my prime focus is teaching music and teaching musical concepts, but especially in a year like this year where so many kids are so far behind, teaching literacy is not just the classroom teacher's job, it's everybody in that school's job. And I think we can all support the teaching of music literacy while at the same time teaching music and musical concepts. So I showed this poster last week. It's available on the MusicplayOnline website. It's in lesson planning, in the overview. And when you download it from there, these links are live and will take you right to the particular studies. So last week, I talked a lot about the last one, songs that teach concepts. And our alphabet songs do a really good job of that. We've got consonant songs, we've got songs that teach counting. We've got all kinds of things like that on MusicplayOnline. But today, my focus is going to be on these other aspects. So first up is keeping the beat. And researchers have linked the ability to keep a beat to reading and language skills. They actually tested high school students, and the more accurate the adolescents were at tapping along to the beat, the more consistent their brain response was to the speech syllable. So in plain language, if they kept a beat better, they were more fluent readers. So I've got some little finger plays and things that we can do to keep a beat. And you can keep a beat, of course, every time we're making music. But I love this little 1 potato rhyme. So I will do it here. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato more. 8 potato, 9 potato. Here comes number 10. Hot potato, do it all again. And we will do it many, many times. So I have one of those cute little potato shakers. I can't believe I actually managed to find it in my stuff. So we would say it and play the egg shakers with it. And I would have the potato shaker. Let's say it together. Here we go. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato more. 8 potato, 9 potato. Here comes number 10. Hot potato, do it all again. The kids love this. So we are reinforcing basic skills. We're reinforcing counting, number recognition, steady beat. We're reinforcing that music can slow down. And whenever I do a finger play, I ask the kids, would you like to do it loud or quiet? and they tell me loud or quiet. So let's do the finger play quietly. I would actually do this on my lap. So I'll put it on my lap so you can see. Here we go, quietly. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato more, 8 potato, 9 potato. Here comes number 10. Hot potato, do it all again. And if you've done it softly, then you need to do it loudly. Everybody with me, nice and loud. Here we go. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato more, 8 potato, 9 potato. Here comes number 10. Hot potato, do it all again. Our littlest people love dramatizing. This is fun. They'll do it every class for a month or 2 months. Time for music. Haven't we all done time for music a bazillion times? And it is a great little welcome song. And I find by the time I do time for music with kids, by the time I get to about the 5th verse, they've caught it. They're singing along. If I walk into a classroom that I've never been before and I do time for music, the kids are with me. So time for music, if I go to the song list, it's the first song in pre-K. And if you use the learning module lessons, time for music starts a lot of the pre-K and kindergarten lessons. So it is a fun little piece. I don't have to teach anything. We're just going to catch it. Have to move this out of my way. The Zoom controls get in the way. You can't see them, but I can. So we start with clapping our hands.
Time for music, clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Time for music, clap your hands with me.
And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Time for music, pat your knees, pat your knees, pat your knees. Time for music, pat your knees with me.
Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Time for music,
And when
tap
I
your
tap
toes,
toes
tap your toes, tap your toes.
with the
Time for
littles,
music, tap your toes,
tap like this.
tap
I have
your
to show
toes
you
with
my
me.
cute shoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Time for music, flap your arms, flap your arms, flap your arms. Time for music, flap your arms with me.
Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Time for music,
And I
play the
alternate
drum,
hands
play
patting
the
this time.
drum, play the drum. Time for music, play the drum with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And by now, all the kids are singing with me.
Sing out loud, sing out loud. Time for music, sing out loud with me.
After we've done that the first 40 times or 20 times, it's fun to ask the kids how else they can keep a beat. Time for music, tap your nose, tap your nose, tap your nose. Time for music, pull your ears, pull your ears, pull your ears. Time for music, tap your shoulders. Time for music, tap your elbows. Time for music, tap your belly. They'll think of all sorts of things, and most of them you will actually be able to do with them. But it's really, really good. Now, the 8 that we counted to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I have in the printables of this song beat strips. They don't come out for the first lesson or 2 or 3 or 10 or 20. But when the kids are good at the counting, this is printable to 11 by 17 paper. And then you just go cut, cut, cut. And you have enough beat strips for your whole class. And you have the kids put them in front of them. So they're looking at the numbers 1 to 8. And then they tap on the numbers while they say the beat. Generally, what I will do is I will model it myself. And instead of me looking at the numbers, I'll turn them so they're facing the kids. And I'll tap on those so they're seeing left to right progression. They're seeing me tap on the beats, and I'll model 2 or 3 times before I ever ask the kids to do it. But they quite like this. So we've got one set of beats with numbers, one set of beats without. I always use the ones with the numbers is my preference. So time for music, lots of options and lots of possibilities for that song. So we can keep the beat with locomotor movements. So time for music is what I call actions, non-locomotor. We're sitting in place and we're doing something with our hands. When we're standing up and moving around the classroom, that's locomotor. And one of my favorites is the Choo Choo Train song. So we'll do this with notation first. And I'll make it full screen so I can see my controls. Have a listen.
Choo-choo train, copy me, just do the same. Choo-choo train, woo, woo, stop.
And that's as simple as it gets. It's a very simple little song. And what I do with it is I have the kids in a line and they follow the leader. So the leader in this case is Phaedra, which is funny because Phaedra is in her 20s now. And she's a surfing instructor and lives to surf. So this is her when she was little. And she's tiptoeing. And you can see how well that group of kids was keeping the beat. I can't remember this one's name, but she's stomping. And now she goes to the end of the line, and Grace is next. They're keeping a beat really well for jumping. So it's a great practice for local. Oops, you didn't need to see that. Let's go back to this side. I don't know what happened. Always exciting technology in me. There is lots of things we can do for practicing that steady beat. So the interactives, I love these. And so for Choo Choo Train, the beat and rhythm interactives are going to be something this is one of my core lessons. And I would do all these activities spaced out over about 7 or 8 lessons. I wouldn't do them all in one. I would space them out, keep coming back. Kids like the game. So I would play the game each time and each time add on to the repertoire of activities. So the first one is pointing to the beat. I actually, it's good to model, but we have printables that go with this where the kids can tap the beat on a pointing page. And that's even better for them to do. This one is the interactive, where I can turn off some beats. We sing the ones that are white out loud. These ones go inside our head, develops inner hearing, or as some call it, audiation. And that's a really important skill. So I would have the kids still pointing to the beat as they sing the song and point the beat, even when they hide the song inside their heads. Ready, go, choo choo train, choo choo train. Choo choo train, woo, woo, stop. Let's take away another line. And the kids are going, oh, like this, because to them, this is just a game. Let's do it again. You sing, you point to all the beats. Ready, go, choo choo train, choo choo train. Woo, woo, stop. And this is the ultimate challenge. Can you do first and last? Let's turn them all off. Ready, go, choo choo. Stop. And if you're actually keeping a really steady beat on the word stop, you will stop. So I love these beat activities. They really solidify in the children's heads what beat is. Beat is the pulse of the music. Another saying I have, beat is the part that stays the same. Beat is the part that doesn't change. one of these days, I am going to remember to write that down so that I don't forget it. Because it's one of those things that I use all the time, but I don't think I've ever written it down. In the printables, to support the teaching of beat, we have beat and rhythm worksheets. And this first one is a song-specific beat and rhythm pointing page. So if you want to do song-specific, you can do song-specific. The next one is a beat assessment. And this is the only way I've ever found to test with a pencil and paper objectively whether kids are hearing internally, inner hearing, or audiation. So they've already practiced when we turned the beats off, pointing to the beats. Now we ask them to sing the song in their head and figure out what word falls on beat number 10. So do it with me now. We don't sing out loud, we just point to the beats. Ready, go. And they would write down train. And then we do the same for what word falls on beat number 15. What beat does the word same fall on? Let's do the whole song and figure it out. Ready, go. Oh, same was on beat number 8. So I can pencil and paper test if kids actually have the beat. So those are great. That's a great locomotor one. In first grade, there are a few really good songs at the beginning of the year for keeping a steady beat. Doobie Doobie Doo, super fun. Mountaintop Monster, the way I do it, is super fun. Little Red Wagon, we bounce up and down and keep the beat. Sam the Robot Man, the song uses the word beat. So when I teach this, typically I'll label it for the kids. The beat is the pulse of the music. And we'll explain. I actually had a stethoscope at one point. My sister's a nurse, and she had given me a stethoscope so I could put it up to a child's heart or my heart, and they could hear a heartbeat. Now you can go on YouTube and find a video of a beating heart. We probably should get one, actually. It'd be kind of fun. But Sam the Robot Man is lots of fun. We're going to run out of time here, of course. So we'll go full screen. We'll listen to a little bit of it and push back from your seats and do this song with the kids.
I'm Sam the Robot Man. I'm doing the best I can.
And now they move because I turned the power on.
Not too long. Are all systems go?
So we're all robots. And this is actually a macro beat, and these kids did it very well.
I can keep the beat. I can keep it in my feet. In my feet to the music speed. Everywhere I go.
Okay, I'm going to stop it because I can see already I have overplanned, as I so often do. And I have more things to do than I'm going to have time to play. So we've kept a beat with non-locomotor. We've kept a beat with locomotor. Another activity that I really like to do with locomotor is just to play on a drum and have the kids put what the drum says in their feet. So it'll be step, 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 step. And then we stop and freeze because there's no beat here. And then we'll try it another way. Jogging, 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 stop. And it's fun to give the kids the drum and get them to make their classmates move. So that's another locomotor activity that's good to do. But playing instruments, of course, is another really good activity. And if I go into the song list and I select pre-K, number 9. So handing out instruments, I've got a demo here. Basically, what I try and do is do it as fast as I can. And when I've done it, we do play the instruments quickly. Play the instruments quickly, quickly, quickly. Play the instruments quickly, quickly, stop. The kids all have instruments in their hands. What do they want to do the instant they have them? They want to play. So I don't use the slide. I just teach it. Can't see the buttons. So play them quickly, quickly, play the instruments quickly, quickly, stop. Play the instrument slowly, slowly, slowly. Play the instrument slowly, slowly, stop. And then we play the instruments quietly, quietly, quietly. Play the instruments quietly, quietly, stop. And then play the instruments loudly, loudly, loudly. Play the instruments loudly, loudly, stop. And by that time, the kids have had a chance to explore the instruments. You give them out, what do they want to do? They want to play. So take advantage of that energy and do that little poem. Honestly, I use this little poem, I would say, every single lesson of my year. So that's play the instruments quickly. There's a demo here of how we put the instruments away. One of the things that I learned in a Music Together class when I was going with my grandkids, she'd have a bag and the kids would put their instruments in it. And as they put them in it, they would sing bum, bum, and on the bum, it would go down. I had babies, 7, 8-month-old babies that could sing bum, bum in tune when I did this in my classes. So that's kind of a fun idea for your littles in your classes. So play and stop, super fun, keep the beat activity. And when there's no beat, when the music stops, you stop playing. So grab your instruments, use your hands if you don't have one.
Play and play and stop. Play and play and stop. Let's play and play all through the day. Let's play and play and stop.
Louder.
Play and stop.
And
Play and
each
play and stop.
fermata is a different length on purpose.
Let's play and play all through the day. Let's play and play and stop. Play and play and stop. Play and play and stop. Let's play and play all through the day. Let's play and play and stop. Play and play and stop. Play and play and stop. Let's play and play all through the day. Let's play and play and stop.
So kids really love that. I've done it often and I did about 10 more songs like that one because that is a kid's favorite. In my PowerPoint, I put the Hello Beat chant. So let's just recap what we've done. We did Time for Music. We kept the beat with Choo Choo Train, Sam the Robot. These are some other good ones. We kept the beat with instruments. And then we have the Hello Beat chant. Beat, beat, feel the beat. Say hello to those you meet. First time I do this early in the year, keep a beat. And we do all the voices in a different way. One day I might do high and low. Hello, Ty. And the kids echo. Hello, Jason. Hello, Sophie. Kids echo. Hello, Sam. Hello, Sam. Beat, beat, feel the beat. Say hello to those you meet. I will use all these kinds of voices, but while I'm doing it, I'm keeping that beat. The next week, I'll bring out an instrument. What instrument is this? It's sticks. How do they make sound? You tap them, or you rub them, or you pound them, or you drum them. And we'll keep the beat. I'll keep the beat with the sticks. I don't give the littles the sticks the first time that they see them. I demo them. And they go into the mystery box. And after they've learned 4 or 5 instruments, we get the mystery box out and they play. So play the instruments quickly. That's the whole poem. Honestly, this is one of the best classroom management tools I have ever used. Get some under control with instruments instantly. Play and stop, super fun song. We're on to the next strategy in that poster, and that was to read a text more than once. So the text, I did this lesson with my granddaughter's classes a week ago, and it's the double poem. So let's read it together. Here we go. double, double this, this, double, double that, that. I missed a part. I'll have to go to the actual text. So here's double, double, and I'm going to go to the concept slide. I don't need a video of this, but I do need it full screen. So let's read it together. Double, double this, this, double, double that, that, double this, double that, double, double this, that. And let's learn how to play the game. Point your fists at me. Everybody do it with me. Double, double this, this, double, double that, that, double this, double that, double, double this, that. And we will do it a lot with me. Even with grade 3s, I might say, okay, let's do it really quietly. Ready, go. Double, double this, this, double, double that, that, double this, double that, double, double this, that. They need the repetition to learn the poem. So we did it quietly. Let's do it loud. Ready, go. Double, double this, this, double, double that, that, double this, double that, double, double this, that. And then I would put them with partners and they'd play the game with partners. Again, great beat keeping experience, but we've read the text. Next lesson, they come in, let's read the poem again. Double, double this, this, and we would read it again. We would talk about the musical things in here. Do you know what this is called, class? And they would go, oh, probably a TT or maybe a due day. And what's this one? A ta. It looks different because they have X's on them. Do you know why they have X's instead of notes? It's because it's spoken. And when we speak, the notes have X's. This is something different that the kids may not have seen before. This is a TT that's beamed across 4 notes. So it's still T, 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 ta, ta, T, 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 ta, ta. So I will milk this for all the literacy and all the music that I can get out of it. I'm going to stop sharing and show you this. This is my rhythm poppet. My granddaughters are huge into poppets. First time I made them, I put the things on with Sharpie and they fade, they rub off. And so Danae, our brilliant researcher, did some research for me and she found out that if you put it on with acrylic paint markers, it stays. And it does. So I redid it with acrylic paint marker and it's still showing up really quite nicely. Okay, if I've got a class set of these, or even if I have half a class set, I could have kids working in pairs. Do you think you could recreate the first line of double, double this, this? Let's say it together. Double, double this, this. What do you think that is? I think it's TT. T, T, ta, ta. Let's check it. Ready? Go. T, 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 ta, ta. What's the next line of the poem? Double, double that, that. Can you figure it out? Of course, this is going to take the kids a whole lot longer than it's taking me. Double, double that, that. What comes next? Double this, double that. Okay. Double this, double that. And what was the last part? Double, double this, that. Double, double this, that. So there is the rhythm of double, double this, this. Let's read it all the way through together. I use TTs and TODs, you use do's and do days or whatever you use. Ready, go. T, 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 ta, ta. T, 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 ta, ta. T, T, ta, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta, ta. Now, this poppet came with 2 extra rows, and I decided that those would become my ostinato. So I would take this, maybe the green one, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, and I would have half the class do that as ostinato, while the other half says the poem. So I'm going to challenge you. I am going to play the ostinato with my rhythm stick, and you say the poem at the same time. I'm going to do the ostinato twice before we start. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ta. Say the poem. Double, double this, this. Double, double that, that. Double this, double that. Double, double this, that. So a nice follow-up activity to that. Is this literacy? Is this music? It's both. We're doing lots of really good reading here. So I am going to keep up with my things. Okay, decoding. Double, double, this is also a really good example of decoding. If kids can decode the symbols in music, it's easier for them to decode the symbols in language. And that's part of the link between children who have good, solid musical reading experiences and doing well in school. It's definitely a part of it. So I'm going to go back to the screen share, and I'm going to talk about, I'm not even sure how you say this, if it's prosody or prosody, but I probably prosody. Prosody. Somebody who knows, tell me. And I'm going to go to the song, I Am a Pizza. Because what prosody is, okay, why isn't it showing up? I am a pizza. There we go. It didn't like my partial word. I love this song. The kids love this song. I've done a demo here, I think with the movements, but I'm going to let you follow the lyrics because it's an echo song. We don't need the notation. So this is choral reading. This is repeated reading. This is echo reading. This is song reading. These are all literacy skills. And this is a song, it's in kindergarten, but you know, there's nothing to stop you from doing it with grade 2s and grade 3s because they love the song. So we're going to start with the pizza. And we echo.
I am a pizza.
I am a pizza
With extra cheese.
with extra cheese
From tomatoes.
from tomatoes,
Sauces squeezed.
sauces squeezed,
Onions and mushrooms.
onions and mushrooms,
Oregano.
oregano.
I am a pizza. Ready to go. Oh, I am a pizza.
I am a pizza,
Pepperoni.
pepperoni,
No anchovies.
no anchovies,
Phony bologna.
phony bologna.
I am a pizza.
I am a pizza,
Order by phone.
order by phone.
I am a pizza. Please take me home. Oh, I am a pizza.
I am a pizza,
Peppers on top.
peppers on top,
Out of the oven.
out of the oven,
Into the box.
into the box,
Into the car and
into the car and
upside down.
upside down.
I am a pizza. Dropped on the ground. Oh, I was a pizza.
I was a pizza,
I was the best.
I was the best.
I was a pizza. Now I'm a mess.
So prosody is reading with expression. And we just did that song with lovely and wonderful expression. And yeah, no question about it. So finger plays and chants can develop vocabulary, improve comprehension. I say they've got the 3 E's, the big 3 E's. They engage, they entertain, and they educate. They do all 3. So here are some of my favorites. Here is the beehive. Where are the bees?
Denise, sorry. I cannot, your volume just got really low. Is there any way to pump up the volume at all?
I can try again. Is this better?
Oh, yes, you are much better. Yeah.
Okay. Here is the beehive. Where are the bees? hidden away where nobody sees. Watch and you'll see them come out of the hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bzzz. And the kids love that poem. You can act it out and dramatize it. Put them under a great big scarf, and then they act it out. I brought with me my bumblebee maker. I'm sure I brought it with me. Okay, I can't find it. I have 2 pipe cleaners, and I must have fallen off my pile of storybooks. I wrap the pipe cleaners around my finger, and I make little antenna out of the pipe cleaners, and then we'll do buzzing bee patterns. Bzzz. We'll do it as a vocalise. The kids can make up their own patterns. Bzzz. We can show how the bee songs go with our little bumblebee. So the Here is the Beehive is one that I really and truly love. I'm going to go back to PowerPoint. And let me just make sure I'm not going to lose everything. So decoding symbols, reading with expression, and the finger plays. So we're going to do open, shut them. And I believe I have a recording here. And you can watch my hands.
Open, shut them, give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap, lap, lap.
Next, we're going to do up and down.
Up and down, up and down, up, 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 down, 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 up and down, up and down, up, down, 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 down.
And then we're going to do big and small.
Big and small, big and small, big, 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 small, 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 big and small, big and small, big, 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 small, small, small.
And now we're going to do hot and cold.
Hot and cold, hot and cold, hot, 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 cold, 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 hot and cold, hot and cold, hot, 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 cold, cold, cold.
And now loud and quiet. Do with me.
Loud and quiet, loud and quiet, loud, 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 quiet. Loud and quiet, loud and quiet, loud, 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 quiet.
And what would a webinar be if I didn't show you one of my grandchildren? This is the youngest.
Open, shut them. Open, shut them.
Denise, you're not sharing this.
Has that been for the whole song or just for this?
Yeah, for the whole song. I didn't realize that's what you wanted to show.
Oh, phooey. Okay, well, at least you heard it. And we did it together, so that's all right. Now we're going to share the screen and I get to show you Price, who is 4 now and is quite the character.
Open, shut them. Open, shut
About
them.
7 or 8 months.
Clap,
He's trying to sing along.
open, shut them. Open, shut them. Put them in my lap, lap, lap.
Did you see his little hands
Then
going?
down.
His little hands are going.
Then
He's
down.
distracted by the camera now. But you could see his little hands going. He's trying to copy what we're doing. And that's the beauty of finger plays and action songs, is that even very, very young children mimic, and they are just naturally an engaging activity. We did alligator alarm last week. Alligator alarm. Ah, alligator alarm. So the oldest grandson was about 11 months old, and he could sing this song. He's now 17.
Go. Alligator alarm. Ah! Alligator alarm. Ah! Alligator out there wicked looking for my arm. Ah!
It's so funny to see him as a baby because he's 17 now. I barely come up to his neck. That's how tall he's gotten. I talked last week a little bit about storybooks, and there was huge interest in my book collection. So I've made up a top 10 list of my storybooks. So number 1 on my list is Mortimer by Robert Munsch, and we'll go through it and give you some ideas of what.
You're soft again. You're soft again.
Okay, is this better? I wonder if there's a loose connection. Better? Or have I disappeared?
Yeah, it's getting better.
It's
Better?
getting
Nope,
better.
it's getting better.
I don't know what to do about it. Okay, please jump in and let me know if you can't hear. I'll try and speak a little louder too. So number 1 on my list, I would never walk into a kindergarten or pre-K, even grade 1 and 2 class. If I'm doing a lesson and I don't know the kids well, Mortimer is kind of my go-to lesson. Another one of Robert Munsch's that is a really, really good song or storybook for teaching music is Up, Up, Down. And it's got a lot of similar ideas to Mortimer, but I typically use this more with a grade 3, 2, 3, and we add the Orff instruments to this one. And then we have the Pete the Cat books. And these first 3 are the very, very best of them. The 4 Groovy Buttons is wonderful. The Rocket in My School Shoes, again, an excellent storybook. And I love My White Shoes. When I've done this with pre-Ks, honestly, I could do the same storybook every class till the whole, for the whole school year because they love these that much. Then I wanted to share with you the book All Are Welcome Here by Alexandra Penfold. And I actually don't own a physical copy of it. I have a digital copy of it on my iPad. And I like that actually because when I do stay overnight with the grandkids in Calgary, the 4-year-old and the 7-year-old today, she's 7 today, 22, she's 7. They crawl into bed with me at whatever time they wake up. So it's usually 5:30, 6:30, they're crawling into bed with me. And the storybooks that I have on my iPad, we read. And so they love All Are Welcome and many others. I didn't put this on my list, but I should have because it's a really good book for teaching kids environmental listening. So that'll be in another list. Pete the Cat, Tacky the Penguin. I couldn't find a small version of it. I have it on my iPad, which is maybe why I've misplaced the small version. But I have this ginormous version of Tacky and the Penguin. These big books cost like $40 when you go to buy them. And I don't even remember where I got it. I think I was gifted it by somebody who was clearing out their classroom. And it's just such a good book for so many reasons. So Tacky the Penguin. Shark in the Park. I actually discovered this book on YouTube. I searched storybooks about sharks because I wanted one. And I do this. And of course I do Finn the Fish, our letter F song in our alphabet series. And of course we do Baby Shark, do, 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 do. So that is a really good book. And there's lots of musical things to do with this one as well. I missed putting this one on the list. And this should be at the top of the list as well. This is Robert Munsch's book, Written, and it was written really as a memorial to two stillborn babies. Him and his wife were never able to have children. They lost 2 babies. And I can't read it anymore. I have to get somebody else to read it for me. But it is a beautiful book. And the melody Robert Munsch sings, and the same with his Mortimer melody, you can go to Spotify or you can go to Apple Music and you search Robert Munsch and you'll find the way that he does it. I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, My baby you'll be, and that's what Robert Munch sings. Now, I do have Brown Bear on my list. This is an absolute must do. And it's really particularly good. I went to a Lorna Zemke session years ago, and she used it for vocal improvisation. So instead of just reading it or singing it to a fixed melody, she would sing each page to a different melody. Brown bear, what do you see? And the child might answer, I see a red bird looking at me. And the idea is that they improvise vocally to this. I'm working on a series of books like this, but it's going to be instruments. Trumpet, trumpet, will you play for me? I can play so loudly, then play quietly. So my instrument books are being illustrated by a lovely illustrator from the Ukraine, and she's doing a fabulous job. So they will be out, I hope, in the fall. I just never have enough time for all my ideas. Elmer the Elephant. I actually learned about this book from Tom Borden in a session, and it's become one of my favorites. We have it on the website, and when you do Elephants Have Wrinkles, there's an elephant color composition that goes really well with this book. And then the book I mentioned last week, Eating the Alphabet by Lois Ehlert, is also a great book, and I think I have it here. Maybe not. I have too many books and never enough time. I'm going to go to the website. Actually, I'll do that after. So what I do with Mortimer, the song, clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. So I get out noisy instruments like tambourines that I don't often get out, and I let the kids play along. Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. And I did check, and it's Apple Music and Shopify. You can get Robert Munch reading the story. That's the tune he uses. When you come to the thump, 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 you can do it on drums. You could also do it on Orff instruments. And if I was doing it on Orff instruments, I would do it all the way from C to C. I'd add a few thumps to the book. Thump, 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 thump. And I would add those. When in the story you hear, Mortimer, be quiet, it's choral reading. Everybody says it together. And when there's the big fight, everybody rumbles on the instruments. So very quickly, this is Mortimer by Robert Munch. One night, Mortimer's mother took him upstairs to go to bed. Thump, 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 thump. When they got upstairs, Mortimer's mother opened the door to his room. She threw him into bed and said, Mortimer, be quiet. And when Robert Munch performs this, he says, Mortimer shook his head yes. And that's how he shakes his head yes. So I've been fortunate enough to see Robert Munch live a couple of times, and it's really, really funny, the extra things that you learn. The mother shut the door, and you could add sound for that too. Then she went back down the stairs. Thump, 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 thump. As soon as she got to the bottom of the stairs, Mortimer sang, clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. Mortimer's father heard all that noise. He came up the stairs. Thump, 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 thump. He opened the door and yelled, Mortimer, be quiet. Mortimer shook his head yes. The father went back down the stairs. Thump, 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 thump. As soon as he got to the bottom of the stairs, Mortimer sang, clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. All of Mortimer's 17 brothers and sisters heard that noise, and they all came up the stairs. They opened the door and yelled in a tremendous loud voice, "Mortimer, be quiet." Mortimer shook his head yes. The brothers and sisters shut the door and went downstairs. Thump, 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 thump. As soon as they got to the bottom of the stairs, Mortimer sang, "Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day." They got so upset that they called the police. 2 policemen came and walked very slowly up the stairs. Thump, 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 thump. They opened the door and said in very low policeman-type voices, "Mortimer, be quiet." The policeman shut the door and went back down the stairs. Thump, 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 thump. As soon as they got to the bottom of the stairs, Mortimer sang, "Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day. Clang, clang, rattle, bing, bang, gonna make my noise all day." Well, downstairs, no one knew what to do. The mother got into a big argument with the policeman. The father got into a big argument with the brothers and sisters. Upstairs, Mortimer got so tired waiting for someone to come up that he fell asleep. The end. So that is the Mortimer story. Last week, I mentioned these song stories that I wrote for kindergarten. So there is one for Rain, Rain, Go Away. There's one for Andy Pandy. So if I go to the kindergarten song list and I look for Andy Pandy, we've added these. So in the printables now is the Andy Pandy storybook. They need to be printed in color, and this one's 25 pages long. So apologies for that. There were lots of toys. Yes, I have to do it this way. I can't make it full screen. In Anna's toy box. Anna didn't know it, but when she went to school or went to sleep, the toys would wake up and play. The wind-up clown toy, Andy Pandy, had been Anna's mother's toy. He was the oldest toy in the toy box. When the toys would get up to play, Andy Pandy would keep watch so that no grown-ups would catch the toys playing. And of course, with Toy Story, the kids are kind of familiar with that theme. If he heard a grown-ups coming, he would sing, "Andy Pandy, fine and dandy, all pop down." All the toys would pop down into the toy box, and it goes on. So the song and the game itself isn't tremendously engaging for the kids, but they have really enjoyed these little stories. And the one I did last week that I had a question about was the frog. On a log, Mr. Frog. And it's 1:45 in kindergarten. And here is the storybook. Thank you, Lisa, because Lisa got these up at 4 o'clock today so that they would be here for you. So it's the Mr. Frog story. It was a bright sunny day and Hunter couldn't wait to go outside and play. Hunter put on his boots and jacket and walked to the park. After 3 days of rain, there were lots of puddles in the park. The first one was a small puddle. Hunter splashed through the puddle in his rubber boots. I would do small in a quiet voice. Splish, splash through the puddle. Splish, splash, sploosh. Splish, splash through the puddle. Splish, splash, sploosh. In the middle of the puddle, there was a little frog sitting on a log. And I really should have my frog guiro for this part because that's where I use it. I've got frogs, I've got crickets. So the frog guiro is the perfect instrument for this. On a log, Mr. Frog sang his song the whole day long. Blum, blum. And there's no time to do the whole story, but it is on MusicplayOnline now, so you can go ahead and use it. And you know what? I'm entering the world of children's books and writing books like that are specific to teaching either a song or a story. This is my answer to Pete the cat. It's Doug the dog, and I'll talk about it in another webinar at some point when we actually get them printed. That's a test copy. That I did with the grandkids. And I know it works because if you can keep a 4-year-old engaged, works for anybody. So any questions, Carrie Lynn?
Yes. So we've got a question about Choo Choo Train, the beat assessment worksheet. What grade would you do that with?
I've done it with 1-2. I would not do it in grade 1 until much later in the school year when they can read better. And even then I had to read the questions to them and then help them with the answering. So I would say grade 2, it probably works better, but the class that I did it with was a 1-2 combined class. And it was later in the year and the grade 1s were able to answer the questions. I actually have their worksheets still.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Question 2, what is the mystery box? I think it's out on the side somewhere, but why don't you bring it out?
I have it right here. This is the mystery box. And when I've taught 4 or 5 instruments, I mean, today we did the potato shaker. So I would put the potato shaker in. And we've done this instrument. I play it so the kids can't see it. They can hear it, but they can't see it. What instrument could that be? If you thought it was the tambourine, you were absolutely right. This is, again, really engaging for our littles. And look at the beautiful decorating on this. I left a white paper box in the preschool and they decorated it. They had a painting project. And then we just put the name Mystery Box over the top. If you search, I believe if you search in the song list on MusicplayOnline, you'll find Mystery Box with a demo and you'll find a template to print out the words Mystery Box if you don't want to have to do that yourself. Okay, any more questions?
Yes, we have somebody who is new MusicPlay user, so welcome. Question is there anything that is month specific, specifically for schools starting in August?
I would say all are welcome here is definitely that. I will quickly go to the website and I need to remember to share the screen so that you can see where I'm going. The website's become lovely and big and it'll take you a year until you know your way around. It's sort of like moving to a new city. So if I go into learning modules on the left menu and I go into storybooks, there are some storybook lessons here and all are welcome is here. Once the Discover search engine has been repaired, it's under repair, you will be able to search these things and they'll show up better. But I've got lesson options, I've got objectives, I've got supporting resources, and we've got a little song to go with it. Welcome, welcome everyone. We will have a lot of fun making music every day. All are welcome here. So I've got a recording of it because my voice is unfortunately an octave below where I want to read. And then we have a link to the story video and we add the song into this video. So that is all are welcome. Are there any more questions where I need website or should I stop sharing?
I just have a question about access. If we buy a subscription, we have access to everything that you've talked about, right?
Not necessarily Elmer the elephant or, you know, I can't give you these storybooks, but yes, you have access to everything that I've showed here. And your students have access as well. So if you go to, when you first come on, go to student code and generate your student code, and then you can give kids a link and they can go to wherever you want them to go. You can link directly to any game or any activity.
Okay, this is great.
Yeah, it works really well. It's really, really handy. Okay, do we have more questions?
The last one I've got is that, yes, this will be available as a recording on the MusicPlay workshop site. That's also where you can find the quiz to get your certificate and find a whole bunch of other awesome webinars that are also recorded.
So if I go to workshops.musicplay.ca, here is the workshops. But once you've logged in, all the webinars are here and you can get certificates for them. So that's a really good resource to know about. And the URL is workshops.musicplay.ca.